मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदाङ्कितं। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। शृण्वतं स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सतम्। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So Mataji, someone will share the screen or will just
Sorry, Mataji, I was on mute. Rohini Mataji is sharing.
I'm sharing, Mataji.
Yeah. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 33 and verse 6. Yeah. यन्नामदेहा श्रवणानुकीर्तनात् यत् प्रवाहनात् यत् स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वधोऽपि यस्साद्य सवनाय कल्पते पुथा पुनस्ते भगवानुदर्शनात्. Someone will recite.
Yeah, Anushya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams. यन्नामधेया श्रवणानुकीर्तनात् यत्प्रवाहानात् यत्स्मरणात् अपि क्वचित् स्वाध्वोऽपि साध्या समनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवानुदर्शनात्. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Vasudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face, even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or chants about him, hears about his pastimes, offers him obeisances, or even remembers him. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Janki Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, please.
Hearing the spiritual potency of chanting, hearing or remembering the holy name of the Supreme Lord is greatly stressed. Rupa Goswami has discussed the sequence of sinful activities of the conditioned soul. And he has established in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that those who engage in devotional service become freed from the reactions of sinful activities. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. The Lord says that he takes charge of one who surrenders unto him and he makes him immune to all reaction to sinful activity. If by chanting the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one becomes so swiftly cleared of all reaction to sinful activity, then what is to be said of those persons who see him face to face?
Voice coming.
Should I continue, Mataji?
Yeah, continue, Mataji.
Another consideration here is that persons who are purified by the process of chanting and hearing become immediately eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. Generally, only a person who is born in a family of Brahmana, who has been reformed by the 10 kinds of purificatory processes, and who is learned in Vedic literature, is allowed to perform the Vedic sacrifices. But here the word sadhya immediately is used, and Sridhara Swami also remarks that one can immediately, accustomed to eat dogs is so position due to his past sinful. Sridhara Swami also remarks that one can immediately become eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. A person born in a family of the low caste, which is accustomed to eat dogs, is so positioned due to his past sinful activities. But by chanting or hearing once in pureness or in an offenseless manner, he is immediately relieved of the sinful reaction. Not only is he relieved of the sinful reaction, but he immediately achieves the result of all purificatory processes. Taking birth in the family of a Brahmana is certainly due to pious activities in one's past life. But still, a child who is born in a family of a Brahmana depends for his further reformation upon initiation into acceptance of a sacred thread and many other reformatory processes. But a person who chants the holy name of the Lord, even if born in a family of Chandalas, dog eaters, does not need reformation. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, he immediately becomes purified and becomes as good as the most learned Brahmana. Sridhara Swami especially remarks in this connection, Anena
Pujatvam Lakshmi.
Anena Pujatvam Lakshyate. Some caste Brahmanas remark that by chanting Hare Krishna, purification begins. Of course, that depends on the individual process of chanting, but this remark of Sridhara Swami is completely applicable if one chants the holy name of the Lord without offense, or he immediately becomes more than a Brahmana. As Sridhara Swami says, Pujyatvam, he immediately becomes as respectable as a most learned Brahmana and can be allowed to perform Vedic sacrifices. If simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one becomes sanctified instantly. That then what can be said of those persons who see the Supreme Lord face to face and who understand the descent of the Lord as Devahuti understands Kapila Deva? Usually, initiation depends.
Mataji, someone else can read.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Sudha Mataji is there.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams.
Pranams.
Usually, initiation depends on the bona fide spiritual master who directs the disciple. If he sees that a disciple has become competent and purified by the process of chanting, he offers the sacred thread to the disciple just so that he will be recognized as 100% equal with the Brahmana. This is also confirmed in the Hari Bhakti Vilasa by Sri Sanatana Goswami. As a base metal like a bell metal can be changed into gold by a chemical process, any person can similarly be changed into a Brahmana by Diksha Vidhana, the initiation process. It is sometimes remarked that by the chanting process, one begins to purify himself and can take birth in his next life in a Brahmana family and then be reformed. But at this present moment, even those who are born in the best Brahmana families are not reformed, nor is there any certainty that they are actually born of Brahmana fathers. Formerly, the Garbhadana reformatory system was prevalent, but at the present moment, there is no such Garbhadana or seed giving ceremony. Under these circumstances, no one knows if a man is actually born of a Brahmana father. Whether one has acquired the qualification of a Brahmana depends on the judgment of the bona fide spiritual master. He bestows upon the disciple the position of a Brahmana by when one is accepted as a Brahmana in the sacred thread ceremony under the Pancharatrika system, then he is Dvija, twice born. That is confirmed by Sanatan Goswami. Dvijatvam Jayati. By the process of initiation by the spiritual master, a person is accepted as a Brahmana in a purified state of chanting the holy name of the Lord. He then makes further progress to become a qualified Vaishnava, which means that the Brahminical qualification is already acquired. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna, for reading Mataji's. Thank you. So here we are trying to understand, it's still a part of Devavati's prayers. She's offering prayers to Kapila Muni after she's understanding, after hearing the teachings of Lord Kapila. Devavati is like, then Kapila gave his final instructions to her, and he is departed to Ganga Sagara, and Devavati is now trying to follow those instructions and perfect her life. So, hearing the words of Lord Kapila, Devahuti actually became completely free from ignorance, and she offered all her respects to him, realizing he is none other than Supreme Lord. And then she was also questioning how did he appear in her womb. Someone who is a source of all unlimited universes, and then he has got various energies and create in terms of maintaining creation, creating maintenance and destruction. Everything is taking place on which is inconceivable to every one of us. And then she is also, trying to glorify him, like, how he himself is enjoying his own taste from his own toe as Vatapatra Shai, and then how Lord is so merciful that he comes onto this material planet in the form of human form. He came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is wanting to taste that devotion of what Srimati Radharani is enjoying or relishing, and he to teach others also how to take up this bhakti path and also set an example. So there, how we appear, purpose of appearing and all, to diminish all sinful reactions or activities and establish, everyone, establish dharma and enrich all of us with, knowledge, devotion, and then, liberation. So when you are doing devotional service, both knowledge and detachment come at the same time. And then the purpose of his appearance is to give us understanding or help us to remember him. And then there is potency in his holy name. So that is stressed in this particular verse and purport in detail. So holy name is qualifying everybody, even the low born person. So spiritual advancement of any person, someone who is seeing face to face, what to talk about their advancement. Even a person who is born in a family of dog eaters are becoming eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. Yeah? So, what is that Vedic sacrifices? We all know, right? What are the Vedic sacrifices we do? They are 12. Huh? Reformatory processes is mentioned here, right? In the purificatory processes are there. These are all there in perform as a part of Vedic sacrifices. So from the beginning of our birth, there are so many samskaras one perform. Yeah, right before right before what do you call we enter into the womb of any mother, so from then, before that onwards, there is a garbhodana samskara, and then there is simantanayanam, and then there is jatakarma when the child is born, and then there is a name giving ceremony, right? Namakaran, and then there is annaprasana. So it's like that. There are so many samskaras, one after the other, up till Upanayanam, and then the marriage. So many are there. So these Vedic sacrifices are, done by Brahmanas. We, generally we see in ISKCON, in everywhere, right? So a person who is advanced spiritually, they can see the Lord face to face. Means they are in the platform of Bhagwan. So they are understanding. So self-realized soul, fully understanding that Lord is the cause of all causes, and he is seeing Lord in everything, like that. So the spiritual journey, potency, is there in the chanting and hearing. So chanting and hearing is what? This is called Bhagavad Vidya. There are 9 processes of devotional services, right? Chanting, hearing, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vishnu, Pada Sevanam, these are all. So chanting and hearing is emphasized here. One has to, and Smaranam. holy name of the Lord. So Rupa Goswami also said in Bhakti Rasamrita Siddhu devotion, nectar of devotion, that a conditioned soul get rid of all these sinful activities immediately as soon as you engage in devotional service. So you don't need to become qualified to perform devotional service. Devotional bhakti is the qualification to perform bhakti. Yeah. So in Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami mentions that we all suffer because of sins which we have committed not only in this life but also in previous lives. So there are three types of sufferings. We have three causes of sufferings. The causes of suffering is one, we suffer because of our sins. And then that is papam. Whatever sins we do currently is happening or we have done previously and all that. And then next one is cause is bijam. So we suffer because of material desires. That is the secondary cause of our suffering. Whatever material desires we have, the desire may become our cause for suffering tomorrow. Today's desire will be a tomorrow's cause for suffering, like that. Another one is that ignorance. Out of these material desires, whatever we have, this is all happening because of our ignorance. That is why we are all, not able to understand our eternal constitutional position. So we fail to understand that, and then in reality, our eternal identity is, we are servants of Krishna, but this ignorance is the root cause of all sufferings, which we are now facing it. So these four, based on that, there are four sinful reactions, according to Padma Purana. Causes of these four kinds of sinful reactions will happen. First, the sinful reaction is effect which is not completely manifested, rectified. So aprarabdha it is. And then there is another one which is as a seed only, not yet completely. So this is not yet manifest, sorry. Something which is not yet fructified, something which is only as a seed staying there, and something which is already matured, become like from seed to it has come to a flower or a fruit bearing, in a raw form, and something is already in the effect of it. It means almost mature. It's already mature. Almost mature means it's coming to a ripened state, like that. Yeah. So these sinful reactions we have to suffer in this material world. And however, Rupa Goswami says that if you take shelter of Krishna and engage in pure devotional service, all the sinful reactions immediately be destroyed, vanquished, like that. So how this immediately destroyed? So devotional service destroys. So there are so many pastimes which describes, when in Srimad Bhagavatam, when Krishna is preaching, Uddhava, this Uddhava Gita, he says devotional service is like a blazing fire. It can just burn everything into ashes. So this devotional service is like unlimited fuel we are, putting into a fire, so that completely everything eradicates. And Srila Prabhupada also says that blazing fire can be turned, this blazing fire, it will turn any amount of fuel someone is putting to ashes. So devotional service works like that. It will burn up all the fuel of these sinful activities. So that is nectar of devotion also. So if you take shelter of Supreme Lord, this is guaranteed that we will completely destroy all our unmanifested sinful reactions also. What to talk about manifested? That aprarabdha papam also, which is not yet completely fructified. That sins also will be gone. So in future, there is nothing left for us to suffer. So which we committed in the past. So this is purification happening because of that pure devotional service, like that. And then Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita also, in 18th chapter, if you can remember 18th chapter, the famous verse, essence of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, every one of us know, right? 18th.
Sarvadharma
Yeah.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेव
मां शरणं
Am
व्रज
Tvam Sarvapapebhyo Mokshayashyami.
सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुच.
Sucha, right? There also Krishna promising, right? Abandon all your varieties of religion. Just surrender unto me. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. He's completely promising us there. So there are, different kinds of, there in the purport it's mentioned social orders are there, different types of order and status of social life, knowledge of renounced order is there, knowledge of non-attachment mind, control, meditation, everything is there. The different religion. Krishna is mentioning that give up everything. Just surrender unto me, and then I'll save you from sinful reactions. In chapter 7 also Krishna said in the purport of that verse, it is mentioned that it's become free from all sinful reactions. You just have to take worship of Lord Krishna. Hmm. Some will think that, okay, I have to get rid of my sinful reactions first. How am I qualified to do this? I'm not able to, like that. Sometimes if you give a beat, chanting beat to someone, they will say outrightly, I don't know, I will go here and there, and so much contamination. When I travel in here, to encourage, will tell, when you travel also you can chant, we may say. And then they say, oh, I'm putting my lunch box there and this also there, how it gets, I said, so much of anarthas in our heart. First you have to cleanse that. This is nothing. The tiffin box getting, you have a chanting bag and tiffin box touching, don't worry about all that. First, let's our unnecessary unwanted desires, that kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, so much haunting us in what to talk about that. So just don't worry, just utter this holy name. That is Yuga Dharma only given by us, by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and which is like very easy to perform. So why don't you just do that? So similarly, these questions will come. Sinful reactions are there. How can I do? If you give a book also, especially now the Bhadra Purnima was going on, so we are trying to distribute Bhagavatam. They will talk about so many things. Oh, these books I can't keep it here and there. They are very pure, and I am very unclean and not pure, and how can I, keep these books? I am living one small studio apartment. Everything is in there only. How can I keep this? So that some kind of sentimental issues are there. So just don't worry, Lord is there in your heart also. So you are keeping in one corner, you create one place for the Lord. What is the problem? There's nothing. He will not mind. You just don't think about that. Think about, bringing the Lord to your home and worshipping Him. That is main important. So there, Prabhupada is telling in the purport. Some may think unless he's free from sinful reactions, he can't surrender. All those doubts, you have to take it out from your heart. You will not be free from sinful reactions unless you surrender to Krishna. Automatically Krishna is taking away all that. Like that, if sometimes a child will do some misbehavior or misdeed and all that, they may be afraid to come in front or commit, in front of you or a teacher. But if you genuinely, accept this is what I did, then they will, reduce the punishment, or they will accept it. Oh, they are so honest. Honesty is the best policy. Okay, that's better. You have admitted, so we will not punish you. Like that, So sometimes Lord is so kind all the time, actually. So He is just waiting for us to take His name. We are not ready to do that. We are thinking we are not qualified, we are not eligible, we have this problem, that problem, so many issues we will talk about. So telling automatically it will be freed. There's no need of any other extra effort you have to put to get rid of your sinful reaction, which is not going to happen because you can't do it by yourself. Krishna says, don't hesitate, accept, and just with faith and love, surrender unto me. So that is the process, he said. And anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam. This is what you have to do only. That's all. Accept everything which is favorable to Krishna, reject everything which is not favorable to Krishna. That is the only our duty to perform this material conditioning body. So like that, persons, whoever is considering of chanting, purification happens immediately, and they become eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. Yeah. So we always see this particular statement Prabhupada is given. You're born in a Brahmana family, and then gone through all those 10 kinds of purificatory process. Whether I'm coming from all that, samskaras which I mentioned earlier, that is okay. But you are becoming eligible immediately to perform these Vedic sacrifices, even if you're not born in a Brahmana family. Sometimes in a Brahmana family, if you're born also, a Brahmana, they may not do the activities like a Brahmana is supposed to do. Now everyone is doing a job which is almost like a Shudra will do, right? So that kind of attitude is gone in the society. So where are you, qualified as a Brahmana? So Brahmanas are also becoming doctors. Brahmanas are also becoming lawyers. The profession-wise, it's different. They're not being like a priest or purohit or, doing that Vedic sacrifices. And maybe fathers did, but now everything is gone. So this fading away, right? So Krishna has given a nice formula for all of us where, just utter the name. Kali Yuga is meant for Yuga Dharma Sankirtani Yajna. That's what, just I think hearing, it's purifies. Even, offenselessly you chant also, immediately relieved of all the sinful reactions. So like that, and all the result of that purificatory process also, you will get it straight away. So much beauty in it. So taking the birth in family of a Brahmana is maybe happening due to previous activities, pious activities, but still a child who is born in a family of a Brahmana depends is further reformation upon initiation. That is, sacred ceremony, that is we do Upanayanam. And then so many mantras chant, recently I did for my younger son, 7 or 8 years, 8 years he was. So when we do this Upanayanam ceremony, so beautifully they are describing about how, they are now trying to um, understand that not no connections are continuing with father, mother. They are going to, everyone's home and trying to collect Lakshmi or Madhukari and depend on, trying to learn the Shastra and all other, activities they did with the friends and all is getting nullified. This and all is there in the Vedic sacrifice also. But, when you connect with a guru in a parampara, automatically everything is coming. Relief sinful actions is happening. So chanting holy name has got lot of purity because Lord has invested all his energies into the holy name. We know, right? What is that verse from Shastakam? Nam, nam. Yeah. Anybody knows?
Namnamakari Bauddha, Mataji?
Sir, yeah. Nam, nam, akara.
Namnamakari Bauddha, Nija Sarva Shakti, Chitati, Sitavasipa, Bhagavan Mamapi, Durdeva Mitri Samiha Janina Nuraga.
So he mentioned there that, I have invested all my energies in my holy name, and holy name power is more than the Lord's name only. And both are equal, names and Lord name and Lord's form is same, but the potency is more in the holy name, which we all know. That is why, I heard in somewhere, like, Lord's holy name is like sweet. Like any sweet. Think about bundi laddu or rasgulla, rasmalai, gulab jamun, whatever you like it. But that sweet is naturally sweet, right? When you hold it in your hand, you can't wait to eat. You have to eat. But we don't have the taste to chant. We don't get that taste when you do the chanting. We have to get there to do. So think like that. The holy name is so sweet that Lord has invested all his energies. It's just like how you, relish having some sweet dish. It's like that to a self-realized soul. So that is why chanting purification is so great that even family of Chandalas, dog eaters, need not go through other purificatory process. They will come to the platform of Brahmana. So this is what, Prabhupada has also done to, when he went to USA as an emergency, he has to convert all the lechas and, yavanas to Brahmanas. And he gave initiation to them like that. Yeah. So we see that, how many of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada coming from various previous backgrounds which are not on a Brahmanical platform, but they have now, more than a Brahmana, become like Vaishnavas, and then they are purifying everyone else also by accepting others into the sampradaya and giving the shelter, initiation, and all that, right? So they are doing that. So this is important that we have to understand that chanting the holy name of the Lord without any offense, immediately you become more than a Brahmana. So that is what we are seeing from examples of disciples of Srila Prabhupada and everyone else. So they are becoming, and they are performing also Vedic sacrifices. They are doing everything. Instantly they are becoming. So Lord Devahuti is seeing Lord Kapila Dev face to face and understanding the reason for the Lord to descend. And then, all the instructions are given to her. Now this, even in this purport, Prabhupada mentioned, initiation depends on the bona fide spiritual master. He will direct the disciple. You see, the disciple is competent enough to get purified in the process of chanting, getting, going to the second initiation and everything. And this is like, very nice verse, as a base metal like bell metal can be converted into a gold by chemical process. So any person can similarly be changed into Brahmana by Diksha process, initiation process. So base metal, like bell metal. Bell metal has no value. It's becoming like a gold treasure. So like that. Yeah. So chanting process is itself is a beginning process to purify. So Harinam Diksha, we say it's a beginning. That's why. Yeah. So which transforms your life. And then, it will sometimes, take birth next life. If you have not completed enough in this process, maybe you will take in, Janmaishwarya Shruta Shribir is there, right? Kunti Maharani's prayers that you will take maybe in a good family of a Brahmana or wealthy family or so like that. So this is important. So earlier all were there, this reformatory processes were there, very prevalent in Vedic system. Now nothing is there. So in these circumstances, no one can be actually proved as a born in a Brahmana family. So whether you are born by birth or born, or by, your family tradition, whatever, but it's not. So unless, we follow. And Sanatan Goswami is also confirming here that this process of initiation by spiritual master is accepted as a Brahmana in his purified state, chanting the holy name, then he becomes purified to become Vaishnava. So you start doing your chanting, and at one point purification continues. The cleansing process continues. You will come to a point where the purification is happening. Now that first it is what this is Bhagavad Vidhi. Chanting, hearing is Bhagavad Vidhi. Now next enters into Pancharatrika Vidhi. That is all the 9 processes, this deity worship connects. So when the purification happens, you have to establish relationship with the Lord. Then what happens now? You will try to, get more cleansing process happens. Like when you try to worship the deities or try to cook for the Lord, you will stop thinking about yourself more than the Lord. So you think more about the Lord. So when you dress the Lord, okay, whatever you see outside, some attractions, you will see, okay, any beautiful necklace or beautiful clothes or jewelry, whatever. Okay, should I buy this for the Lord? For that dress, it will match nicely. So the consciousness will change like that. When you cook for the Lord, also we are cooking for Him, so we think this ingredient will be good for that particular bhoga. So I will make this nice preparation and offer. So this thing will come. So this is what, when you start chanting, then later when you get into the second initiation sacred thread ceremony, that is Charatrika system, there you will become twice born. That means you are getting, your relationship with your guru is more solidifying. And then your connection with the Lord is establishing. So you have a sambandha, establishment is happening. Then there is a what? Abhideya is there, process is there. Then you will get a goal where you will attain that eternal constitutional position you have to attain. That is prayojana. So you will get. So you with this process, Brahmana will become a qualified Vaishnava, like that. So this Brahminical qualification is not that you will get by birth or by some rubber stamp. It has to come as a purification process by uttering the holy name of the Lord. And even chandalas or dog eaters can become qualified just by uttering. So we have examples like that. In the next verse we'll discuss. We'll go to the next verse. Anybody willing to recite this verse?
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Vrishbhanu Mataji can do the shloka, and Mataji, puppet is long. Do we do the puppet or only translation is okay? What do you
You do
suggest?
translation, Mataji.
Yeah, so Vrishbhanu Mataji can do the shloka and Sarika Mataji the translation. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रणाम माता जी अहो बत स्वपचतो गरीयान यज्जी याग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यं ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुयु तस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचूर्णाम गृह्णन्ति एते हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Oh, how glorious are they whose tongues are chanting your holy name. Even if born in the family of dog eaters, such persons are worshipable. Persons who chant the holy name of your Lordship must have executed all kinds of austerities and fire sacrifices and achieved all the good manners of the Aryans. To be chanting the holy name of your Lordship, they must have bathed in holy places of pilgrimage, studied the Vedas, and fulfilled everything required. Hare Krishna.
So in this verse again, going back to emphasizing on that how glorious those who are chanting this holy name. Even they are born in the dog eaters. They are such persons are worshipable. Telling, yeah. So people who chant holy name don't take it that granted that this holy name which we are chanting is just like that. Don't take it as easy or granted. It is important to understand the power of holy name. Without that, see, it is mentioning that here clearly in Bhagavatam that they are worshipable. So, how fortunate we are that, by Prabhupada's mercy, we got connected to this chanting of holy name. So, all kinds of austerities, fire sacrifices, everything is achieved as, how these Aryans are achieved. So, chanting holy name is like, you are bathing in all holy rivers, studying all the Vedas and fulfilling every requirement. There is a verse in Bhagavad Gita 8.28. Mataji, you mind bringing it up? It's a beautiful verse where we can just try to Vedeshu, Yagneshu, that one. Vedeshu, Yagneshu, Tapasya.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapah sudschaiva
Yeah.
daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvam idam viditva yogi param sthanam upayati chadyam.
Yeah, so where he says, a person who accepts this devotional service, path of this bhakti, is not bereft of results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifice, undergoing austerities, giving charity, pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. So this performing devotional service attains everything. And at the end, he will reach to the Supreme Lord's abode. So this is so beautiful, right? So we don't need to do anything. So it's a summary of 7th and 8th chapters, this verse. Very beautiful verse. So when we are in this devotion, where one has to study Vedas under spiritual master's guidance, undergo many austerities, penances, living under his care, like a brahmachari will do for a certain time, and then after finishing his studies, after 25 years, he'll become like, become perfected in the studying of Vedas, and then he'll after training like this brahmacharya, he will enter into household and he will marry, and then he will start performing Vedic sacrifices for further enlightenment, or for, and then he is also including charity and time, place, and circumstance, he will say, and then give that charity in goodness, passion, ignorance, all that. And then after retiring, he will accept vanaprastha and they do some penances like that. And then household he will enter into, after finishing all that, ashrama's duties, he will enter into sannyasa. It's a perfectional stage. So then, advance like that and go beyond liberation. And then you see the Brahmajyoti, Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagwan features like that. This is like, this beauty of Krishna consciousness is that at one stroke, enjoying devotional service, you surpass all these rituals. So like that is telling. So very beautiful. Little faith if you have in this, then that's it. You will continue your journey, and then fixed in this, after this kind of path. Krishna is telling that you take an association of a devotee, perform devotional service, all the misgivings will be gone, and then you will understand Lord's Nama Rupa Guna Leela like that, and then everything is cleared. You will fixed up in your own sadhana. You release all the shastra, and then that consciousness will purify, advanced stage, you will completely attain that love of God, and that will help you to go back to the spiritual. That is a ticket for Golok Vrindavan, nothing else. Yeah. So this is what generally we don't expect a Chandala will chant holy names. So we will expect only someone who is a pious will do that, but not a Chandala. But No need to and based on previous verse we understand that this is not important. Our consciousness has to be purified by chanting the holy names. Yeah, so we don't need to, some people may not utter some verses or some Sanskrit thing. That is not important. Lord is bhavagrahi janardana. He don't see the sentiment of us. He only sees what is our devotion, and he awards the same result whether you know the verse or don't know the verse. We know that famous pastime from Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? That Brahmana, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is traveling South India, that Brahmana
South
who
Indian
can't,
Brahmana Mataji.
yeah, he don't have a eyesight, something like that, right? So he was, he is illiterate, sorry. And then not understanding just based on his guru's instruction. He is just trying to read Bhagavad Gita. He can't read only, and then he's crying, tears coming, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks, "What is it? Why are you crying?" Just Lord in that menial position as a chariot driver. Just picture, cover page. See himself. He's making him feel like, how come he become like that? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he understood everything. All the essence of Bhagavad Gita he understood. So full mercy is given to him, right? So no need to be literate to know the Lord. Full mercy he got. So like that, here Bhavagrahi Janardana Lord is. So we can't underestimate the Lord's potency in the holy name. Very important to um, understand the holy name's significance. Mataji, will you mind going a little bit down in this purport quickly? I think we are, yeah. So most of it is described here, where different types of brahmanas are there. One are born brahmanas, but they don't follow anything and get into different professions. One are purified brahmanas in this process where they get into, and then finally, as a Pancharatrika Vidhi, all the Shudra class people will become in this Kali Yuga. They will get purificatory process will happen, and then they will be allowed to uplift the spiritual journey. And then there's people are less qualified in this age. After generation degrading. And dog culture is becoming. But we should just take the holy name, finish. This is what Krishna promised. That's it. So important is that ultimately Brahmana is a Vaishnava if he accepts Supreme Lord's absolute truths, by engaging in his seva, and then just understanding that Lord is not attained through those ritualistic process in karma kanda and all that, but it's just we have to go beyond that. All these three modes, nivritti marga, transcend these three modes, get detached from these three modes, and then become a devotee of Krishna. You better situate like that. So even a dog eater is not belonging to any caste, creed, and all. Even an outcast person by social order also will know every shastra just by following this. That Supreme Lord is the cause of all causes. He is accepting Lord as Supreme, Krishna as Supreme Lord. That is a higher platform than a Brahmana. That is a Vaishnava, like that. So we'll go to the next verse. Yeah. We also see from one nice example in this purport. There's examples of Haridas Thakur, beautiful examples are there. And Brugari, how this cruel hunter, half killing animals, enjoying them, seeing suffering to die, and then he just his terrible future is there. But still, just he took devotion service to Lord Krishna, got completely purified and got freedom from all future sufferings, which is there in front of us this pastime, which we can accept. And then there is Haridas Thakur, Lord Brahma himself, the most pious person in the universe who has created every one of us. He took the situation of his own purification, becoming I heard from one of the, I think in one of the retreats by His Holiness Indradima Maharaj, that Brahma has become a Brahmana boy. And then he actually, when his father asked him to bring Tulasi, he didn't clean it properly. So then he cursed him to become take a birth in a low caste family. So he became a Muslim, Haridas Thakur, like that. And then, he, people didn't accept him. He has gone through a lot of difficulties by chanting the holy name. But he is able to quote everything from Shastra. I studied all the Vedas, Brahma studied all the Vedas at least 3 times, understood Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can quote, right? So like that, so the pastimes are there for us to, open our eyes, and then, even Lord Mahaprabhu gave so many pastimes of Mahaprabhu. One pastime is that he gives this holy name to a washerman just at the Ghat, Ganga Ghat. Is not eligible. Just washerman gets in full ecstasy, chanting, and then whole village turn into, Ridam Sankirtan happens. After washerman, wife comes, a beautiful pastime. When you get time, read it. It's nice. Wife comes, notices, and then all the villagers come. Everyone start chanting, and Mahaprabhu smile and enjoy their Sankirtan like that. Yeah. So this mercy is there in the holy name. Yeah. Even a person who is dying may have heard that holy name has got a benefit, but they have not experienced it, but they have a desire to chant. They are also getting that mercy effect of that chanting holy name is getting. So just thinking of that, desire to chant holy name. I have seen with my own eyes, my mother's sister last year. She has been sick from past 2-3 years, more than that. When I went before year, I couldn't meet her, but then I could manage to meet last year. Something was telling me that better to meet her. I met today evening, tomorrow afternoon she left. And today evening when I met, she asked me, you do this thing, right? You wear kantimala, you read bhagavatam, you do chanting. I'm in the bed like this, bedridden. Is it an offense to chant like this? Is it an offense to read Bhagavatam like this? She was reading Devi Bhagavatam, but yeah, I was reading like this. Can I chant? Can I wear Kantimala? All this she was asking me. But see, I don't preach to my relatives a little bit, I'm careful, but they ask sometimes, then I share. So that time I shared so much of Krishna Katha to her. And I was planning, I called my cousin, tell that, I am couriering this, Kantimala and chanting, chanting beads. Let her wear it. She has a desire. So I hope she, it's better she chant and do it. No offense in the bed to do. So then next day morning, first thing I got the news is she left the body. But I was really shocked. She was asking everyone when I will meet, when I will meet. I met and she left. And that I have immediately couriered and, on her, at least before her cremation happens, it is, received a Kantimala and chanting beads have been sent. And, Tulasi, all that. But yeah, that is so amazing. I saw like, desire. I'm sure she would have got the mercy. Lots of mercy.
So Mataji, she could not wear it, no? Sorry.
No, but before,
But she has a desire.
yeah,
Yeah.
they did it when you do for the thing, all that, new sari they give and, all that. She, at the time, they gave her to, they put it on her neck.
Mataji, this Kantimala, there's some people ask, can we wear, but they are eating onion garlic. So some people say, some devotees say, ठीक है पहनने दो, gradually they'll give up onion garlic.
Can I answer this after Mataji? After
Yeah, Mataji. Okay, sure.
Okay. I'll answer that. Yeah? We'll go to 8. Sorry. Yeah. So I think we have less time. Should we just read translation?
Yes, Mataji. Chanda Mataji, you the translation for 8 and yeah, only translation, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. This is bit. Anyone reciting? Reading? Sorry.
Chandana Mataji, you are doing the
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I believe, my Lord, that you are Lord Vishnu himself under the name of Kapila, and you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Brahman. The saints and sages, being freed from all the disturbances of the senses and mind, meditate upon you. For by your mercy only can one become free from the clutches of the 3 modes of material nature. At the time of dissolution, all the Vedas are sustained in you only. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so this is, she understood that Lord himself is appeared, and then she is prolonged prayer she is doing, And then she says that, since she's a woman, it's not possible for her to worship him properly, simply by prayer, but it was her intention that Lord be satisfied. And then by, all this um, Ashtanga yogic practices there, then realization is happening. It's evidenced by Devahuti that withdrawing her senses from all other engagements and completely focusing, because she is in that palatial building and then nothing, no one is there. Husband left, he left, now there's nothing. So she's focusing on completely on observed on Krishna's names and past tense, like that. Yeah. Next one. We'll read translation and purport here also.
Anita Mataji, you read the translation and the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thus, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Kapila, satisfied by the words of his mother, towards whom he was very affectionate, replied with gravity. Purport. Since the Lord is all perfect, his exhibition of affection for his mother was also complete. After hearing the words of his mother, he most respectfully, with due gravity and good manners, replied.
Yeah, this is how he leaves actually. Now here, yeah. Can we read this translation and purport? Purport I'll go through, translation I read.
Yeah, Suma Mataji, the translation, please.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Godhead said, "My dear mother, the path of self-realization which I have already instructed to you is very easy. You can execute this system without difficulty, and by following it, you shall soon be liberated, even within your present body." Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mata.
Yeah. So here again, we see, right? It's perfect. Devotional service is perfect. So following rules and regulations, you have to execute. We know all 4 regulative principles. Yeah, and then no meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, only minimum 16 round chanting. If you can chant more, it's good. Sorry. And then only eat Krishna Prasad. Then Guru will take away from clutches of Maya. Right? What is that verse we see in 9th chapter, 2nd verse, Bhagavad Gita?
Is it Yatra Mataji?
Raja Vidya Raja Gunya Pavitram Idamuttamam.
Pratyakshavagamam dharmyam susukam kartum avyayam.
Yeah, Susukum Kartum Avyayam. So what is it? Yeah, it is everlasting and it is joyfully performed, right? So this is a king of knowledge which is given, Krishna is given to Arjuna. So generally no one will be educated in this confidential knowledge. But this is, this is not an ordinary knowledge, just like politics, philosophy or chemistry like that. It's a important knowledge about, importance of the soul, and then how the Lord is telling that soul is not perishable, indestructible, eternal. Yeah, when the body is finished, soul is not finished. Yeah, one is liberated from the body, but soul remains. And then what? Remains and then soul is inactive after the leaving the body? It's not, right? It's always
No,
active.
Mataji, it is active.
Yeah, it's eternally active. Yeah, and its activities in the spiritual kingdom is also very confidential. No one knows unless they know their Sarupa. So like that, so spirit soul is eternal. So super soul also like that. So in this verse, it is like, clearly described, like, a man performs a sinful act. And then, different stages of sinful reactions, I said. But then if you perform devotional service, everything is gone. This particular information is there in this verse also. Like that. So we understand like how, see, Narada Muni is also engaging everybody to get rid of their sins. That Mrugari is there, got rid of his sins. Who else is there? Narada Muni helped to get rid of
King
the
Rahugana Mataji.
Jamila also comes, no, Mataji, at the
Yeah,
end of his.
Ajamila. Correct. Ajamila also. Ajamila born from a Brahmana family, right? And then this Ajamila pastime is so beautiful here. What is that? He is actually, what is he doing? He got Ajamila, Brahminical duties is doing very nicely, but he has got some sinful desires, right? And then it is not burnt out completely. That's why he fell down. And he just looking at a prostitute. But later we see now in the position that where prostitute left him, all the children are there, and the younger child is just very small, 7 or 6 year old, and then he is worried about the younger child, and his name is Narayana. He chanted Narayana, calling his younger name, got saved from Yamaduta. So he practiced devotional life and got purified. All his sinful activities like that. So this is a very classic example. It's not only nullifies pure devotional service, uttering the Lord's name, not only nullifying sinful desires, but heart is getting purified to serve desire, to desire of serving Krishna only. So all the material desire will go if you serve Krishna like that. So there is no sinful proclivity, or no further manifestation of sinful things or committing any sins will come. You will not suffer anymore. So devotional service like that destroys all the sinful activities. So even if there is an opportunity to commit sin, you will not indulge in it, because you know the importance after you take shelter in the parampara. So you will not. So if you get that desire, it's just like Hati Mata's offense. Elephants enter into body into a water and then take bath. They come out and put dust on them like that. Yeah. So it's not like that. Yeah. So if you just understand, you just have to get rid of your sinful reactions, and then instead of cultivating material desire, you will cultivate spiritual desires. This world of full of unwanted things, trouble us all the time. Yeah. But we have to keep on practicing our devotion to Krishna. Then our true spiritual identity will be revealed someday. So that we are part and parcel of Krishna, eternally fragmented part and parcel of Krishna. That enlightenment, when it comes, enlightenment is just like a blazing forest fire, killing all the inauspicious snakes in our, in the form of desires in us, in our heart. So it's like that. Devotion to Krishna is so strong. All our ignorance will be cut. There is another verse also in Bhagavad Gita. Spiritual knowledge will get rid of all sinful habits, and you become first class devotees, and you perfect our life. Yeah. So devotional service is very important. It's blissful. Susukam kartum avyayam. What is that verse in 9th chapter also? Where we can just easily taking the shelter of Guru. He will take away Maya. That what is that? No, I can't remember. It was my tongue, but it says Daivesha Gunamay. Is it in
Daivihesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratiya Mameve Prapadyante Maya
Maya
Meta.
Metam Tarantit.
So where is it? Which chapter it is? Is it?
Mataji, it's in 7th chapter.
7th. 7 point?
14. 1-5 Mataji.
Yeah. It's telling divine energy of mind consisting of 3 modes, difficult to overcome. So you just have to take up the process of bhakti yoga. Only can help you to release from this. One gain from this. Krishna is also is a illusionary energy, but he can release this conditional soul from this bondage. If you surrender to Krishna, the solution is that Krishna is the solution. He will only cross us all these entanglements in this material world. So then why don't we surrender to Krishna? And there description of people don't surrender, and who will surrender will come. But yeah, surrendering process to Guru is also very important aspect. So Mataji, do you mind scrolling down this purport, 10th one? Not this one, the 10th one. Yeah. So it's mentioning here, if you go a little bit top, yeah, your liberation, you will get a little bit top, Mataji. So taking, sometimes, what? Yeah. Take the devotional, yeah, see here, clutches of Maya. Under the direction of the spiritual master, one is liberated. So you will get rid of these clutches of Maya only by the mercy of a guru. Without Guru's mercy, you won't get Krishna mercy. Not possible. And then, regardless of where you are situated, anyone whose aim is to serve Supreme Lord under the direction of spiritual master is given mukta, is liberated from this body. Just that's important. That's it. So a guru is important in our life. Instruction from guru is important in our life, so that we get rid of all these anarthas and all other unwanted desires and liberate, transcend these three modes. What is that? Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna, right? Transcend. And then, we may get some doubts about all other things, spiritual master, whether he's liberated, all that. Don't think about the bodily platform. Yeah. Always think about, see the symptoms of the spiritual masters, progress in the spiritual path, and then that will help you to get yourself liberated. And then that Swarupa, actual identity of living entity, you will realize this is, long way to go. It's one lifetime may not be enough for many of us, but you have to aim for that. This is the thing which you have to keep it as a slogan. Just like a product has to be sold, they'll have some caption to sell it so that they get maximum sales. This Jivera Swarupa hai, Krishnera Nityadasha is a selling caption for our body product. Don't want to get into 8.4 million species. This is important. Real identity is that eternally we are servant of the Supreme Lord. So someone who is fully fixed up like this 100% will engage in the service of the Lord. They understand beyond liberation. They will do the activities full in love and devotion to the Lord, not by any other means. That's what Prabhupada is telling in the purport. Yeah. So there we end for today's session. I'm so sorry I've taken a little bit extra time.
No problem, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Beautiful session, Mataji. Devotees, whoever has questions, please raise your hand. Vasudha Mataji, you have a question?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, please ask.
Mataji,
Hare
before
Krishna.
that, I think Padma Mataji asked a question.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji.
Yeah.
After that, Vasudha Mataji can ask.
No problem.
The Kantimala wearing, someone who is eating onion garlic,
Yes,
right?
Mataji.
Yeah. So,
some say even if you are eating, no, because some people say, some devotees say, even if they are eating onion garlic, no harm, let them wear at least one round. That will give them confidence and apne aap chut jayega. But when I ask some other devotee, they say no. So what is the correct thing, Mataji?
there is, I would say, wearing Kantimala is a little bit someone progressing further in their spiritual life. If someone is inquiring about wearing Kantimala, that means they're a little bit going a step ahead. They must have got introduced to chanting, but doing offensive chanting, Nama Parad, whatever is Namabas is happening, Shuddhanam is not there, but their curiosity is there, inquiry is there.
Beginners, Mataji.
Huh?
The beginners.
Yeah, the beginners, okay. If they are beginners, we have to educate them. The reason why we wear Kantimala, we have to educate them. The beginners not having taste in chanting or not even chanting, we have to educate
They
them.
chant also, Mataji, 1 or 2 rounds they chant.
Okay, if they're
They go
chanting
to
one
temple,
rounds,
go
and
to the temple also.
yeah.
Sometimes.
So first thing we have to encourage them is if they're chanting 1 or 2 rounds, encourage them to eat Krishna prasad.
Yeah, they eat that also, Mataji. They eat that also.
But they eat
slowly progress.
sometimes onion garlic is also going on, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on the kind of relationship you have with that person. Sometimes if you know the person in and out, let's say that person will have full faith on your words or your guidance, and if that person get inspired from you, that if you say that below this, if you wear the kantimala below the throat, the onion garlic shouldn't go, and then some people give good what do you say, that value to your words, and they automatically try to practice that. So you encourage them to stop eating that first, slowly, then encourage them to give it. So this is like a bonus for them to get it. So they will try to work on it. Work in progress should happen before they accept it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mataji.
So it's always good that they get the knowledge in a proper way. Rather, you push themselves, no problem, you eat, you wear, and then nothing. Then they might think that okay, they will tell whatever they feel like. We have to understand according to the time, place, circumstances always required. Sometimes I have seen in my own life, one of my god sister, she's very sincere. Okay, she follows everything at home, and she offers Krishna Prasad and feeds the family. None of the family members are following Krishna consciousness, and this is known to my Guru Maharaj and also the temple authorities. But she is very sincere, and now she chants also, she cooks also, she feeds Krishna Prasad also at home also. I know when I recommend her, I know what she is doing. Full confidence I have got. But husband eats sometimes egg. Forget about onion, garlic, egg. So then, then she's not qualified to take initiation, definitely. But a compassionate guru is more higher. He is a compassionate soul. He is compassionate about all the conditions also. My Guru Maharaj said that it's okay. I accepted you as my disciple in my heart, and just she went to take darshan only, not for any other reason or a specific purpose, just normally. And he knows authorities are not accepting her initiation because this is reason. So then he said, I accept you in my heart as my disciple. You have chanting beads, give me, he said. He chanted on her beads, gave it. So initiation is done. Between Guru and Shishya, it's done. But in front of the authorities or everybody else, it's not done. But because I mentor her, I look after whatever she gets doubt or whatever, it's been informed, she shared with me. And it was kept intact. I have not shared with anybody. It is for a few years, it was like that. She is happy with that scenario, situation. And personally, Maharaj said she's happy, and he invited her to different state. I'm happy to give. It's my home ground. I'll give you. But still, she didn't go because she wants to wait her family to accept her to take also this and another step ahead. So she was very kind and gentle with the family members. She continued what she was doing, and after maybe 6-7 years, I think I would say more than that. And then, now it has come, she's been doing nicely, practicing everything as a, why she's not taking it? Everyone ask. And some people who know me also ask, why you are not recommending her? She's so sincere, so genuine. She's doing this Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, all service, everything. Why she's not taking initiation? Why don't you do? I know what's happening. I know everything. I can't tell anything, but I have to tell, okay, she will take, she will take. When time comes, she will take. I had to tell like that only. Now, even my senior god brother who recommends everybody for Maharaj initiations, he's a brahmachari in the temple. He also don't know this. But one day, early in the morning, when I was attending Mangalarti, after that, he inquired me, Maharaj is coming, he'll take he'll give initiations. Why don't you, recommend Mataji? Why are you not doing it? He asked me. I said, see, this is what happened. That's why she's not in hurry. It's done. Oh, Mataji, then it's okay. Now it has come to the point that they're asking, are you taking initiation? Everyone asking, finally, should initiation, family accepted, they came for initiation ceremony, everyone is in a positive vibe, and full-heartedly that initiation happened in front of everybody. Husband came, mother-in-law came, full family members, sister-in-law, everyone lives here. Everyone, she is doing very well in her devotional life. Though not everyone is following, but she's doing. Now she is managing all properly. No onion, no garlic, no nothing, everything going on her devotional life. So for everyone, it is a different journey. So we have to patiently wait, and when we give guidance, we have to make sure they will not, discontinue. Their stability is, they should, sustain longer.
Yes,
We have
Mataji.
to They take them closer to Krishna until to the lotus feet of the Lord, and they are just there with the taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Just don't try to push them or finish or done get initiation. That's it, done, and no. Then what happens later we don't know, right?
Yeah.
We have to be
Yes,
careful.
Mataji.
We have to be
Thank you,
careful.
Mataji. I have
Suma
one more question.
Mataji.
I'll put in the group, Mataji. That one I'll put in the group.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.
It'll take
Suma
time
Mataji, you
otherwise.
can ask your question.
Mataji, Vasudha Mataji.
Or she
She
lowered her hand, so I thought maybe she doesn't want to ask.
No,
Yeah.
Mataji,
Vasudha
I
Mataji.
didn't. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sorry,
No
Mataji.
question.
Dandavad. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Beautiful class, Mataji. We are all blessed with your association. Mataji, just during when you are explaining, just you mentioned one story regarding that fisherman, Mataji. It is related to what, Mataji? I don't have idea. Just
Washerman. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving this chanting Mahamantra to a washerman at a Ganga Ghat. So in that connection, they read caste, creed, nothing he is seeing. Lord indiscriminately giving everybody. Right? He don't see that you are qualified, you are not qualified, you're Brahmana, Kshatriya, nothing, right? That's the purpose. Lord came and distributed this holy name. So he distributed this holy name to the washerman in that when he is just washing clothes in the ghat, what Lord noticed and gave. Then wife, he is full in ecstasy, not remembering the home also. Wife has to run for where is he comes. First time is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Okay.
Wife runs, and then wife are also infected with the holy name. All the village notices what's happening. The street people, village, like the whole village is chanting.
Okay. That is the power. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Seeing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes so happy. He loves it. So that is the thing. The power of
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Suma Mataji.
Mataji has a question.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Pranams. Such a nice class, Mataji. Very nice, Mataji. Mataji, in today's class, the holy name can be distributed to even the dog eaters. We learned that. While doing so, Mataji, like why is it said in the 10 offenses, Mataji, the 9th offense? One who does not value or who does disrespect, we should not give them the holy name, Mataji. And that is there. And sorry. Until and unless Krishna is showers his mercy, he will not be able to chant the holy name. Why is it like that, Mataji?
Yeah, see, we have to see when we are preaching now, some people are not receptive. So we should not take it anything cheaply also. Some people are not receptive. They are not willing to come to your programs or not willing to chant. If you give beats also, some people say, no, I don't know. I'm happy also, they'll say. So such people will leave it. That's what it is meant. Don't push too much. I mean, dog eaters or chandalas also can do. Means like some people accept a chant, but they are meat eaters maybe. But they're chanting, right? So there's no harm in it when they chant. But some people who are not willing, thinking that this is not good I'm doing, subconsciously they have this feeling, but they are not accepting. That is the problem. They have to understand. So when we give knowledge also, some people don't. But they are, unfortunate people. We can't do anything. So this holy name can be given to anybody. So let's say in temple, many people will come to temple. Like in our temple, we have after Sunday feast, Saturday feast, whoever comes, they for 15-20 minutes chanting malas, japa mala, that name mala will be given, and they sit and chant for 15 minutes. Everyone encouraged. So there is no restriction there. Okay, do you follow these? Do you don't eat these? Don't eat that? Then only I'll give you. They're not telling like that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji. They
So
should
that
be
is
ready to accept that first. Mataji, in the class you said, Mataji, I do not preach to my relatives. May I know, is it possible to share, Mataji? What is the reason that you do not share?
Sometimes, the familiarity breeds contempt. They might say, oh, I know who you are. In the sense, they argue more than accept. So if they don't get inspired from you, don't preach. to your family members or from your relatives, it's not going to work out. Rather, you engage someone else to preach them. At least they get benefit. Rather than they lose some good relationship with you. Better you kind to them and tolerate, but make sure you help them in a way where they can take it up. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
So
Got
a
it.
few
Very
times they may not, they will see after over a period of years, they will see your sincerity, and then they may get, inquire, or they may feel like, okay, something is definitely she must be enjoying that she's not budging in anything, eating outside or in function, this and that, or unnecessary things. So some inspiration they will get with your example. Then they will inquire, then you give. That's okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Only by inspiring we can preach them. Nothing, not
Yeah.
not in any other way.
No.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can we take one last? Shobha Mataji is
Yeah. I
Shobha
don't have any
Mataji.
problem unless you
I
have
know
another.
we have to finish it before 11. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Shobha Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for the such a beautiful class with wonderful explanations. But still, Mataji, like you told, we incur sinful activities due to karma, desires, and ignorance. But Mataji, when only we are desiring something, then that changes into our karma. So how this is differentiated? Like how we can find the difference? Mataji, with an example, if possible, so that I can understand more.
See, the desires are uncontrollable. It's just anytime in your mind, anything, as long as you are not connected to in any way with Krishna Katha or chanting or associating with devotees or anything not related to Krishna, there Maya enters and then, spoil your brain or, in your mind, and then desire will pop in, right? So what you should do is practically when you get a desire, don't act upon it immediately. You wait for some time. At least if it takes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, wait. This I heard from Maharaj, one Maharaj who used to visit here. He said, you put a list of your desires in a paper as a priority. Know what your desires are. And now you see it a desire. Okay, if number one desire, if this is not there, am I eating? Am I sleeping? I am able to do this, do that. Think about it. If you're doing it, cross it. So he said, put all the desires, put one in like a kiddie bank, you have now like that. Put it, and every day morning you open it, see, assess yourself. Okay, I can manage. I can no need to do this. Like that, all the desires paper will become clean. So you have to practice yourself like that. So I may have a desire. Okay, I want to buy this nice jacket. For example, I want to buy because some winter is there. These that you may have one or two spare jacket, and then you will see outside some people wearing some nice fancy jackets. Then some desire will come straight away. This is common. Something I'm telling jacket because my weather is here. Many times you have different jackets we need, but you have to think. Okay, you have the jacket, right? Now whether you need to spend this Lakshmi on that or not, you have to assess. Keep your life simple. As much simple you keep, that much you will get rid of all your desires away. If you have that, okay, you are able to manage it. Just Krishna is testing you through Maya. This one is going to buy this and wasting time in supermarket or whatever market and going that doing this or not. If you control yourself like that, testing, think that okay, this is not required unnecessarily, I'll be wasting some Lakshmi, and the desire will go. But it will take some practice only. Abhyasa has to be there in each and every aspect. Keep yourself, is any family function happens, if I go to India, they will tell this, you have to wear this kind of sari because everyone wear this kind of blouse. It's if not, then how will you enter, what will you do? I don't mind. I don't want to show what others feel. I don't want to act upon that. I want to my comfort. I'm happy in my cotton. Whatever I will wear that, I'm happy. Why should I torture because of them? So make sure when your desires coming in your mind, is it genuinely you need that, or how much you are gaining from fulfilling that desire? You have to assess. Then only you act upon it.
Yeah, Mataji, and what were the sinful reactions which we get, like unmanifested? First one you said.
Yeah, manifested will manifest because that sinful reactions are which are already you have done something, and for that you have to go through, right? So what is that called? Unmanifested is something like it's kutam, not yet matured. It's there. So unmanifested sinful reactions are sorry, aprarabdha papam it is. Yeah. So this is there, but it is we need to make sure that those things will be destroyed. When it manifests, you will know. Like this example of Mrugari is that only. Yeah. So he is killing that animals, half killing, enjoying, and seeing them to suffer and die. That is a sinful thing, right? The reaction is not coming, but he's doing sinful activity, right? At that point, reaction is not coming. He's investing seed into that sin. Later, the reaction will come. So he was being given knowledge by Narada Muni that if you do like that, you will be taken birth like that, and you will be that animal who is suffering. So why do you do like this? So he says, why are you doing means because it's my family tradition coming, I'm doing like that. But there's no knowledge, he's ignorant. When the knowledge is there, you implanting that seed will not be there. So that aprarabdha papam is not manifested. So then you just don't implant the seed, then there is no root for your sinful reaction, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
I got.
Mrugari, that's why he stopped. He went instructions he took seriously from Narada Muni. He went and lived in a hut, and he asked Narada Muni, how will I survive? You see what will happen, just stay like this. And then whole family, so village is coming and giving him all the ingredients to cook and survive, right? And he transformed. And later when he came with Parvata Muni to see what is happening, he is not even hurting the hands on the street, on the road. He's jumping here and there to pay obeisances because ants are going around. And seeing the transformation, Narad Muni gets so uh, pleased. So there's no sinful reactions he's going to take anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Dandavat pranam.
Mataji, in this connection, the prarabdha means that is manifested already, since manifested.
Yeah.
Prarabdha. Okay.
Yeah. Prarabdha means already mature.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are suffering at present, that means.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
That
Thank you,
thing
Mataji.
which we are getting is we are getting the reaction for it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Prarabdha means not yet. Kutam means seed. Prarabdha means matured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah.
Mataji, prarabdha, aprarabdha, and what is the other one you told, Mataji?
Kutam. Kutam is like a seed, like a seed. It's in a stage where it's not. You see the mustard seed. If you put a mustard seed in one small cup in soil and all, fructifies. So that seed is kutam. Yeah.
Then Mataji, bija is also seed, no? Bija.
Bija is that's also. Yeah.
So what's the difference between these two?
There's nothing. It's just bija, kutam, same. Different language. That's all.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Bija, yeah. Bija is seed only. Bhaktilata bija. It's a seed. Yeah. Actually, in a matured from, almost matured from is bijam. I'm sorry, almost matured form it is. That means you are going through all the sinful reactions to the core, I would say. Yeah.
Prarabdha also same then. That means both the meanings are same.
Prarabdha is already mature, means it is little bit there. But that complete, let's say there's a ripe mango and fully ripened mango is there, right? So there is a difference. These two.
So this is fully ripe. Fully ripe, that means?
Fully ripe, yeah. Yeah. So there is some reactionary process is going on. Yeah, fully ripe. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, the bijam and a kutam is not the intensity to like we stop the pap, but the intensity to do the pap is still there inside that. Isn't that bijam or kutam?
Bijam.
Kutam
Kutam
at
is
least,
there.
kutam is the
It-
intensity which is still remaining inside to do pap.
Correct. Yeah, it's
That
not
is
yet.
kutam.
It's not yet put into action. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Not yet into action. Yeah. It's just some kind of desire is coming up in your heart like that. Yeah.
That is Kuta. That's Kuta, no, Mataji?
It's kutam. Yeah. It's kutam. Yeah.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Kutam means it's
Beautiful.
not yet taken its form. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to, someone may, so a criminal may plan to rob some house. That's kutam. Right, like that. Yeah.
Planning.
Planning. Yeah.
So bija means it's already come in the mind. I have to do it. Like
Yes.
that? Okay.
Now already trying to execute now.
Yeah, okay.
Is now master plan is done, is in action full. Huh?
Yeah. And then aprarabdha is not yet.
Yeah, not yet. And that is that not yet fructified means, that kutam is still in initial stages of planning could be.
No, aprarabdha.
Aprarabdha means, yeah, it's not yet, even that idea would have not come. So
Okay.
it's like this, yeah. Not yet come. Maybe he got from influence or somewhere he would have got. Like
Okay,
that.
thank you, Mataji. Wonderful explanation.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, can
Krishna
we end the
Mataji.
class
Thank
with
you so much
prayers?
for your valuable time.
Thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
Srila Prabhupada.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mataji,
Thank you so
thank you
much,
so
Mataji.
much,
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank you to
Krishna.
all devotees. Hare
Dandat
Krishna.
pranam,
Dandavat
Mataji.
pranam.
Shall I end the session, Mataji?